Hey everybody, this is Ryan from LostInReviews.com, and this is Blue Monday. This week on Blue Monday we have the releases for October 12th. Starting out with one of my favorite films of all time, the Darjeeling Limited Criterion Collection. I do have this on DVD, but is also available in Blu-ray. Next up I have Sex and Lucia on Blu-ray. And then I was thinking, since it's October and Halloween is coming up, that if we had time at the end of each Blue Monday, which we will this week, I would give you a Halloween quick pick. And this week, I'm picking Trick or Treat. I'll tell you why after the other two reviews, but definitely picking Trick or Treat. So first up, let's talk about Darjeeling Limited. When I very first heard that Criterion Collection was putting the Darjeeling Limited out, I was so excited. Mostly because ever since I got into Blu-ray, from the very beginning, this is the #1 film that I wanted on Blu-ray. This, along with The Fall. Mostly because it is so beautiful. Everything in India, the way it's shot, all the colors that Wes Anderson included, this thing is going to look gorgeous on high def. While I haven't seen it, I guarantee you that I'm buying it on high definition. What's so special about the Criterion Collection? All the special features. This thing is packed. Everything you want to know about Hotel Chevalier, the Darjeeling Limited, Wes Anderson, Jason Schwartzman, Roman Coppola, and their experience in this film is on here. There's a great Skype conversation as the commentary, which is a fresh, new commentary about the Darjeeling Limited. So you kind of, coming back years later, how they feel about it, which is very, very interesting and one of my favorite parts about the special features. Also, very cool, at the end of the commentary, they field a phone call because Jason Schwartzman's at Wes Anderson's apartment in New York, and a phone call comes in, and this guy pitches them a TV show on the commentary. It's hilarious, and makes the commentary well worth the listen. That, along with all the decisions that went into making this film, Wes Anderson's artistic direction, decisions about the music, where they took music from other movies and homage to them, and there's nothing that's not in here. There's also this great documentary that is in here about the Darjeeling Limited. What makes this documentary so different from everything else that you've seen on featurettes on DVD or Blu-ray is the fact that it's more like a home video than the talking heads, interviews, and things about the film. It's quite a long documentary following the cast, the crew, everywhere they go, and just showing you the behind-the-scenes footage. You have Luke Wilson walking the train tracks, Adrien Brody being attacked by fans. There's also this really cool part where Wes Anderson is throwing rocks at this slender pole, and then everybody else is trying to do it, and they make bets on it. It's such an in-depth insight to how this film was made and makes it even more beautiful. There is even a photo gallery full of pictures to add more to the behind-the-scenes look of the film that are by Adrien Brody's mom and Owen Wilson's mom. And Adrien Brody's mom actually has an eye for photography and takes some gorgeous pictures. The film itself is one of my favorite of all time, and I highly suggest, if you've never seen it, to go check it out, at least rent this. And then if you love it, definitely buy the Criterion Collection. And if you have a Blu-ray player, I guarantee this thing is going to look beautiful. I'm definitely going to buy it on Blu-ray, and I suggest that you either buy it on DVD or Blu-ray, so I'm definitely giving the Darjeeling Limited a buy it. The thing is packed full of special features. It has everything you could ever want out of a Criterion Collection DVD, and it actually has more than any of the other Criterion Collection DVDs that I've ever seen. I highly suggest you buy the Darjeeling Limited, and if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest that you do. It's one of my favorite films of all time. Alright, next up we have Sex and Lucia. I hate to say this, I totally skipped this film when I heard about it before. Because the only things that I ever heard about it were how erotic it was. And at the time that this came out, there was a lot of films that were trying to push the erotic barriers of, theater movies. This thing is more than an erotic feature. It's more than just pause, vague, and naked. She gives a terrific performance, and it's one of the most romantic films that I've ever seen. At the very end of this film, I was tearing up at all the emotion that it has going on. This is one of my favorite films now, and I really am kicking myself for not seeing it earlier. The thing about Blu-ray, and why you should definitely get it on Blu-ray, is how beautiful this film is. The artistic direction of Sex and Lucia is like nothing I've ever seen. And the way that they decided to shoot the ocean and beach scenes reminds me how it really is to be there. You're there all day, your eyes kind of get washed out, and everything becomes like this illuminated kind of white experience. Except for the ocean, it is so blue. That is perfectly depicted in Sex and Lucia. And in Blu-ray, it's breathtaking. Along with the breathtaking visuals of the Blu-ray transfer, which is exquisite, is the sound. The score in this film is absolutely masterful. It adds to the experience, and everything comes together. The acting of Paz Vega, which is exceptional, the sound and the visuals, to make a definite buy it on Blu-ray for Sex and Lucia. One of my favorite films now. I'm definitely going to be watching this multiple times, and I highly suggest you buy it on Blu-ray because it will be worth it just for the visuals alone. So that's it for this week's releases. So let's have some fun, and let's talk a little bit about Halloween, which is coming up very soon. So if you're going out there and you're looking for a Halloween movie that you want to buy, that you don't have, everybody has Halloween, all that stuff, get Trick or Treat. Mostly because it's so cheap right now. You can go to Best Buy and get this for $9. That being said, it's way worth over $9. I bought this when this actually came out, so it has a ton of special features. Michael Daughtry, it has a cartoon that he made that introduces Jack, the main kind of antagonist of the film. If you're a fan of Creepshow or Trick or Treat and those kind of small story-esque horror tells where they go kind of section to section and one encompassing story, then you're definitely going to love Trick or Treat. I actually wrote a review for this when it very first came out, and I've been in love with it since, and on Blu-ray it is even more exceptional. The commentary's entertaining, the featurettes are amazing. It is definitely a must-own for any horror fan, and will be great for any Halloween get-togethers for a movie to pop in, because it just reminds you of those nights sitting up on HBO watching Tales from the Crypt, a show that I wish they'd bring back, but they haven't, so we have Trick or Treat. It's so cheap, you will be blaming yourself forever if you don't buy this before they remove it from the shelves. So that's it for Blue Monday, and go, please, please buy the Darjeeling Limited. Alright, I will see you later.